Okay, the next one is interesting. No discipline, no freedom.
Yeah.
So most people think discipline limits freedom, but it's actually the opposite. Discipline builds the structures that create freedom of time, mind, energy, and direction.
Yeah, and this is another one that sometimes it's called discipline equals freedom.
Oh, okay.
But I like no discipline equals no freedom.
It's more motivational because
for me, it's more motivational because I don't know why, but they're the same thing, right? And they're just the negation.
I can tell you why.
Why?
Because of distinctions is not.
Yeah.
The concept of not freedom is very impactful. To lose your freedom,
yeah,
to me, is more powerful than freedom.
Yes.
So not freedom is a more impactful idea.
Yes.
Because I want my freedom. And if you imply that you're taking it.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily want discipline. Like
Nobody
that's not no like I'm not like I don't wake up and go like I want more discipline.
Right.
I want more freedom.
Right.
And the idea of not having freedom is such is so like, oh geez. Yeah. Then if I connect that to no freedom is no discipline, then I want discipline.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's the same thing mathematically. Yeah. So, and lots of other folks like Jocko and others talk about this, but I think it's really important because to me, it motivates me to have discipline. And discipline often is sometimes, I think Mike Tyson described it as actually enjoying things that you hate, which I think is an interesting way to think about discipline. Like finding a way to enjoy the things that you don't like initially is discipline.
Yeah, I think of it as doing things that are hard.
Yeah.
And just being willing to push through them until they're not hard.
Yeah, but I think if you take it the next step, it's like not just being willing to push through them, but loving the reality so much that you actually find a way to enjoy it. Yeah. And that's where discipline really starts to kick in and be a flywheel that just keeps giving, right? Is when you go past the I'm just going to power through it and that's discipline and then I'll have my freedom. It's more like I'm going to find a way to enjoy this. I'm going to find the silver lining in the process. Yeah. And when you do that, then it's really enjoyable. Yeah. And it becomes like I said, it becomes a reinforcing feedback loop.
I also like the way that we had phrased it, or the way you had phrased it, because you're saying discipline is about creating the structures to shape the behavior. Because most people think of discipline as a bad thing, like you're being disciplined, you're being punished, you're being this. But when you think of it as like you're creating the structures to facilitate the behaviors, that's a different way of thinking about it.
That's a very different way of thinking about it, and it's one that comes from having massive ADD.
I'm aware.
Because there are some things in ADD that you're just not going to accomplish certain things that are easy for other people if you don't change your systems.
Yes.
And so this is why an understanding of systems is so important, especially in organizations, but also individually, personally. Because a lot of times the thing that you have to change in order to have discipline is the structures.
Yes.
If you can change the structures in your life, the structure is going to determine the behavior. So if you wake up into an existing structure, then the behavior will just click into place. Right. But if that structure is missing, oftentimes the behavior won't come. And I think a lot of people, to a lot of folks, discipline, which is it's an amazing thing that humans can have such discipline even when they haven't built the systems. Yeah. Right? But it's in many cases not sustainable. Right? It leads to burnout, it leads to all kinds of things. If you can build the systems and if you can find the joy in the thing you don't like, which has a lot to do with having motivational intelligence, motivational smarts, which is the Vitruvian part. If you can kind of balance those things, then discipline doesn't become a cold, hard slog. Discipline becomes a reinforcing flywheel that just keeps on giving. Yeah.
I also think there's this disinformation where people think, oh, either you have discipline or you don't. But you're saying
every day.
Right, you can create
either you
it.
have push-ups or you don't.
But you can create discipline.
You can create discipline. You can build it by building better systems and by understanding the things that when you want to quit, well, why do I want to quit? Well, what does it mean to be in pain? Like, what does it mean for something to be hard? When it's hard is when I'm getting the greatest benefit, because my body or my mind is getting the challenge, and my body is or my mind is going to adapt to that challenge. So ironically, as soon as it gets hard, you're getting the most benefit. Right? As an analogy, if I'm doing 12 reps of something, well, rep 1 through 8 isn't hard, but rep 8 through 12 is hard, but I'm getting exponential benefit as soon as it starts getting hard.
Right.
Same with mental processing and practice. If you practice things that are hard for your mind will adapt. Yeah. And the next day they'll be less hard. And that's the thing we're trying to get, is that skill.
Yeah.
You're not going to get the skill if you don't have the difficulty, right? Challenge equals change. So challenge equals change kind of goes with discipline equals freedom.
Yeah. And also I think when you get used to being challenged regularly, then you're going to seek out challenge.
100%.
Right. You're not going to take an average day with no challenge the same way, because you're like, why? Because you get all those endorphins, you get all that psychological reinforcement, the feel goods.
Yeah. Neurologically, cognitively, all kinds of cool stuff happens.